So we're going to talk about how to do your Skittles drawing first. Sometimes it can seem overwhelming when you have so much in the foreground, and then you have a midground, and then you have a background. But really, it's not that complicated. You start with the front objects and work your way back. Okay, so remember your sketching technique as you do this. So you're holding your pencil up a little higher, light and loose sketch marks. If you're not sure about size, this is pretty much a 1-to-1 scale. So you can use things like your finger and then work your way down and kind of mark off where sizing is gonna be. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of show you that for a second. All right, so now I have the general size of my green Skittle. Okay, and of course you want to get the appropriate shape as well. So you might have to make some adjustments there. But this is why we sketch first, is because you can make mistakes, and then when you erase, you're not going to see those pencil marks. If you push hard, then you can't erase those pencil marks. They're just kind of there. And especially for something like colored pencil, you want to be able to clean up your marks before you begin. Okay. So I've started with the green and I'm just working my way back. The other thing you want to consider is reference lines. So when I'm drawing my purple Skittle, I'm looking here at where does this fall on my shape, and it should fall at generally the same location. So you can consider those things as well in terms of sizing. Now that we've got this done, we're going to start by laying down some of our white values. And again, you're not going to see this too well on the video, but the reason you want to lay down your white values is so you can put a coat of color around them. And then when you go over it with other waxy pencils, it's not going to be as intense. So for example, with this Skittle here, I'm going to make sure to color in the middle, but try to avoid the pencil marks here, just so that I can go back in and erase those edges. Okay, so same thing on this Skittle. All right, the next thing you're going to do is go through and apply your shadows that you see throughout. So as a reminder, we use the violet color to create the shadows. You want soft circular motions because you are layering. As you get to a darker shadow, that might mean that you need to increase the intensity of the violet color. That way you kind of build up that three-dimensional value. So you can see right down here, I'm darkening up that violet, and that's what you're going to do throughout. All right, now your next step is to make sure that as you're creating the Skittles, that you're following your value scale. So again, for the green Skittles, you'll follow the green. For the violet, you'll follow the violet. Orange, follow the orange. Yellow, follow the yellow. Red, follow the yellow. Red, and there's no blue. So just make sure that you're following that value scale if you're uncertain. But one thing that I am going to talk to you about is something called a chromatic black. So as you know, I've told you guys that I don't want you using the black color, and again I'm going to remind you why, and I'm just going to kind of put the black across here on the bottom. So I've laid the black down, and I'm going to put some yellow on top, and then next to the yellow I'm going to put some green, and then I'm going to put red, and then let's put even blue in here. So as you can see, you can't actually see any of the colors that I laid down, because black absorbs all color. Okay, so that's why I say don't use the black, and that's true. But you can create something called a chromatic black, and that utilizes the dark values that you have in your colored pencil pack. All right, and so I'm going to show you. It doesn't matter the order that you apply this in. Okay, but we're just going to lay down the blue and then the green on top of that. Then we'll put down the red on top there, the violet, and the brown. Okay, and so this is how you create what's called a chromatic black, and it looks almost as dark, but because it's made with the colored pencils, that's why we call it a chromatic black, because it's a colored black, chroma is color. So basically, if I'm trying to, let's say, do one of the darker values here or underneath, there's still green, there's still violet, there's still a hint of yellow, there's still a hint of orange. So it doesn't matter what I apply on top of it, but it will still pick up that color value. So if I drop orange on top of it, then it picks up the orange color. If I was to push in yellow on top of it, then it would pick up that yellow color. And so it's, instead of it being a absorbent black that doesn't allow for color, it's a black that will be a yellow black if you put that on top, or an orange black, or a violet black. So it allows it to be a black with a top coat hue color, and that's what we're going for on these Skittles. And you'll need to create chromatic black in several areas, as I already mentioned, under the shadows, in the darkest values, on here, on the green, again on the violet. You're gonna have to apply chromatic black in different areas. Okay, so keep that in mind, but we're going to go ahead and start. It doesn't matter the color that you start with, but typically what I do is I'll pick a color grouping. So if I do green, I'll do all the greens, and then I'll do all the reds, all the yellows, all the orange, and all the violets. I find that to be faster because my mind is still on that value scale, and I don't have to shift back and forth. But honestly, your plan of attack is up to you. Okay. Now the violet is a little bit tricky. What you want to do before laying down the purple color is also lay down another color like blue on top of the violet that you've already placed down. And that's going to help you not get confused what's supposed to be the darker shadowy values. And then you can switch back over to the violet now. All right, so the last thing you're going to do is create a chromatic shadow. So if you're looking here, you can see that underneath the green, we have a green tint. Underneath the yellow and the green, where they meet, it fades from green to yellow, and then it fades from yellow to orange. So you're going to go ahead and make a chromatic shadow. So we're going to start again by using the violet to outline that shadow. And again, where the darker area is, you increase the violet intensity. And then you start to layer in the darker chromatic values where you see more of a black area. Then on top of the shadow, you lay in your reflective layer.